there's a lot of actors out there like, oh, I'm amazing, I'm a brilliant actor. I just auditions. I always choke. It's so weird. Auditions. There's so much nerves. And the myth, what you got to break is in the beginning, until you are a person who is turning down offers because you're already booked, or they're not meeting your quote, or you just have the ability to pick and choose the projects based on the material. In the beginning, your job really isn't and to be an actor. You're a job, what we like to call it, is an audition professional. Mm-hmm. And especially, I think what people who come out of theater school, green and naive, are thinking like, oh, I learned everything I need to learn. Now I just go work as an actor. Now you audition relentlessly to fight for those opportunities, because I think the stat, I don't know if it changes, but the stat I heard is like, for a one-liner for like an actor role in Toronto here, it's like they'll get 600 submissions for that, for one, and then pare it down. They'll see 50 people, maybe do callbacks for 5 or 10. So you think about how much competition is there, and how you do that until we come up with a better way to cast people. Right now it's auditions. Used to be in person, which I think the stakes were even higher because you only got one take, or maybe you got two, but it's live and in person. Whereas now self-tapes, you can at least hone it and craft it, and you can rehearse and you can watch it and be like, I want to adjust something. But your job is to audition. So just dispel the myth that like, oh, like it's auditions, I just got to get by auditions and go acting. No, first things first, the cart can't be before the horse. The horse is auditions. And then you attach your cart to that, which is being on stage and being on set after you've proven yourself an audition professional. And what does that mean as an audition professional? We always talk about you cast yourself by making strong choices, yes, and by being the best storyteller, mm-hmm, by personalizing it, by taking the pages, the words off the page and making them your own. You are the character, not the idea of the character as someone separate from you. But that's your job in the beginning. So if you have any type of anxiety around auditioning, you got to figure out, you got to work on that first before you think that you're going to be a successful actor. So master self-tapes, master auditioning, master the process, really understand it. I would suggest this book for everyone out there, The Audition by Michael Shirtliff, which is a lot of the foundation of our conservatory at Todorow's Conservatory. There's a lot of things that you need to factor into an audition. Mm-hmm. And really it's about how do you jam pack in an audition as many creative choices that are true and unique to you. How do you show your unique personality to yourself, versus the idea of what did they want, or what are they looking for? That's the worst thing you could possibly do, is think about what are they looking for. You would never go to a date and be like, oh, what do you want? Oh, okay, I'll be that person. It's like, no, you got to go be who you are, mm-hmm, to your fullest. And if it clicks, it clicks. And if it doesn't, then they weren't right for you. Or I used to conduct a lot of interviews, in job interviews, and people love to bullshit in interviews, but it's like, why would you go into an interview and pretend to be someone who you aren't to get a job for someone? If you're not the person naturally, then if you're given the job, you've kind of cast yourself in a life role, your job, that you don't belong in, because you're not the person for the job. So if it's the same as if you bullshit in the first date, you're just getting yourself in a relationship that's doomed to fail from the beginning, because it's not who you are. So you really got to think of auditions the same way. It's like present your best self as an actor, as that character, and then let it go after that. But it starts with auditioning. And these days, what does that mean? That means self-tapes and Zoom auditions. So master that. If you have any anxiety over Zoom auditions, just get on Zoom, connect with friends, do mock Zoom auditions. And just get comfortable with all that technology, so you have your home setup, and anytime something comes up last minute, boom, turn on the lights, turn on your laptop, turn on your webcam, and you're ready to rock in, mm-hmm, your home studio. And Obviously, we have the luxury here at Laughing Vikings of having our own studio, but so do all our members now. So they
Yeah.
come, they're in this home field advantage, working with someone that they're comfortable with, getting outside help, getting outside eyes, getting outside feedback from a professional rather than from a family member or a friend.
Mm-hmm. And that is also another great point, to use Zoom just to record yourself for rehearsals, because then you can rehear, as Tom likes to say in his classes, rehear everything that you're saying so that you know how it sounds and you see how it looks.
Right. Yeah, this whole thing of like, oh, I don't watch myself. It's like, okay, that's great if you're Johnny Depp, but in the beginning and early on, and maybe for even forever, like you got to see how, like, don't watch yourself while you're filming it. That's weird. You can't possibly be, you can't watch yourself on a monitor while you're acting and expect that to be natural, because in life we don't, unless you're acting in a scene where you're talking to yourself in the mirror, you're not seeing yourself, and you shouldn't, because you're gonna then the focus is going to be on yourself. You're going to be like, oh, when I do that, or when I smile, I smile weird when I smile or something. But we don't do that in life. You just got to act and express yourself, and you're acting to affect your scene partner and to change the molecules in the room and to get what you want. You're not acting to be like, oh, how do I look? You know, ooh, yeah, I look good. When I do this, I look really good. Like that's not what it's all about.